Well, hello. We've found a very interesting man, Aaron McIntosh. Aaron,
Yeah, g'day, Jordy.
where you been, mate?
Well, last week Australia, we've been in Sorrento preparing for the RSX World, so they're 10 days away. The boys are in a holding camp and I escaped home, so here I am.
Come to the beautiful Bay of Islands. You got a heat of the New Zealand Windfoil Traveller Series, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. We're round 4 of the New Zealand Windfoil Series, and the final one's at our Nationals in Manly in a month's time. So, well, we were here last year, it was gorgeous, and we brought all the guys up here. Unfortunately, they've got to go and do focus on their work projects, where I get to come and play, and here we are.
And that's not a bad place to play, mate, and you've got pretty spectacular conditions. So, how you going in the Traveller Series? Where you at with it?
To be honest, I haven't looked at the results, but I did win the last regatta, so that was my first win. Yeah.
You just got to take Bruce out.
Yeah, Bruce.
A couple of young blokes.
Yeah, Bruce Trotter, well, the local legend up here, as they call him, has been pretty dominant this week. But the scorecard starts from 0 tomorrow, so we're here just to for the weekend's racing. So that's our focus.
It sounds like there might be a little bit of inter-rivalry between the old bulls, and so you can take each other out. A bit of bragging rights at the bar.
It's funny, you know, we go back to early 90s competing against each other just out of youth. And Bruce is a couple of years older than I am. Olympic trials in 92 and 96, Bruce was a contender. And yeah, fun times. You know, I suppose that's the beauty of the class. It's attracted the new generation and the older generation. We've just realised that windsurfing's evolved. And now we're flying above the water, and it's great. It really is.
It's brought all you guys back onto the boards when you thought you were all your careers were over on that side of things. So it's really cool to see.
Well, I didn't windsurf for 16 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I coached it. So I just talked about it for the last 10. And it was like when this foiling thing came along, I was like, hang on a second, this is kind of cool.
You can actually do it.
And well, the funny thing was, I never actually did it. I just went and brought the gear and decided, okay, let's have a go. And I was hooked pretty much instantly. Yeah, the first 3 days, I had the gear, I was straight into it, I was right there, I didn't skip a beat. I was wrecked at the end of it. But that's what happens, you get a little bit out of shape after a while.
We've got a couple of guys that don't do much, like he doesn't seem to move around on the board much, but some guys coming in blowing, you know, because they've really had a crack at it.
Well, in some respects it's very easy, and that's the unique thing of windfoiling. Once you are up on foiling, the weight does go away. But when you put yourself around a race course and you've got to execute the manoeuvres and sail it, and you know, good technique, and you know, present the sail and power up the rig and keep the power on the foil, there's quite a lot going on, and it's really very 3D sailing now, and so understanding what's going on underneath the water and controlling it from you know suspended about a metre above, it's pretty cool, very cool.
I can see even at home in Australia, you know, the numbers are just going gangbusters. The more and more regattas you see, there's windfoilers turning up everywhere. So I definitely think you've hit the right core with a lot of sailors, and it's only going up from here.
Well, I think what it is we're getting a critical mass back, and with now the IQ foil from starboard as the Olympic class, we've got there's a mass growth and a mass attraction to it, and we've pushed along the formats and the class quite a bit, and you know, sort of pioneered in New Zealand, which was great. Where, you know, it's all about the next generation. It's all about inspiring these kids. You know, getting kids out of Opties and 29ers and the Bic Opens. You know, it's one of the cheapest foiling classes out there, and they don't need to look at it as a difficult thing to do. You know, 12 hours from no windsurfing experience to foiling, that's phenomenal.
And there's a couple of young kids here, a couple of guys from Hawaii that have made the trip over just for the event. And we were saying the other day, you know, they're 12, 13 when they first started, so by the time they're 20, they've got 8 years of foiling under their belt. Imagine what you were doing at 20, you know, having 8 years of foiling would just be absolutely ridiculous.
Well, that's the great thing, right? It's windsurfing and it's wind foiling, but it's a pathway class to the other classes. So, you know, you learn the same skills as high-speed yachting. You're understanding flying around, what's happening in front of you, what's coming at you quickly, and making those decisions on the racetrack. So it's very easy to put a windsurfer or a windfoiler on the front of a foiling catamaran, or you know, any other foiling class. So we're early days in the whole foiling world. What we're seeing now is that each class is actually starting to establish itself and the unique differences to it. So, you know, we've got, you know, the A-class nationals here, and most of the guys are foiling at some stage, you know. And the A class was early adapters of the foiling. The Wasp class, which is a spin-off from the Moth. What a great entry-level class. When foiling, well, we think we're better than that. So a little faster and foiling in a little lighter conditions. So it's great. It's great. We're stoked.
How cool is it to be involved in a class with the underlying thing is watch this space? You know, it's just, who knows where we're going to be.
Well, that's just it. You know, we're performing. You know, we're doing hitting speeds of 20 knots and 5 to 6 knots of wind. That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Instead of, you know, pumping our guts around and doing 4 or 5 knots in an RSX, you know, that's great. And the Olympic discipline is phenomenal. The levels of fitness, and what you're going to see is these guys are going to transfer those skills, that level of fitness across, and the foiling thing's going to explode. The guys are going to be phenomenal.
They are already, aren't they? You know,
we've seen it, we've had a taste of it, you know. Kieran and Doreen, they've jumped on, and Thomas Goyard, you know, straight out of the RSX, and they've jumped into the PWA and performed really well. And they work hard, they have a high work ethic, they're trained, and they know how to yacht race, and that's really what it is. It's just another yacht race, but at another level.
All right, matey, well, thank you for your time.
You're
Good luck
welcome.
with the next few days. I'm sure we'll be watching.
We'll be here, and yeah, let's catch up again.
Enjoying the Bay of Islands.
Why not? Great to be here.
Thanks, mate.